Hello everyone to the week 4 review for session 3. I'm going to be going over some of the new arena changes, and then I'll be talking about how to make your own classes, and then we'll finish up by showing off some of the high level spells that are available with the magic mod. So the first thing I wanted to show off was that the Glass Maze group has been adding in a second layer to fall down through. They have multiple places that are little traps to fall down if you don't make it up to the top to fight out. And then over here we've had the slime arena. They've been adding both an upper area, and it looks like they're adding a lower area to fall down in from either corner. If you do fall down in the lava, now you have a place to go and continue fighting, not just in the lava. So those were pretty cool improvements, and they're both still works in progress, but I think they'll be finished up pretty quickly next session. The other thing we need to talk about would be how to make our own classes. And so a class, let's go take a look at it, is going to determine when you join an arena what kind of items you get. So these were the 3 really basic ones I created, and we had 3 really much more powerful ones that came with the mod. So let's go take a look at what we need to make our own class. Every class is going to need a name, a color for the sign. This is the color the name is. You can see my 3 different ones have 3 different colors. So it can be any color of wool. So you have 16 different color choices. Some aren't as easy to read, like the yellows and the light colors. So try to pick one appropriate. And then the real meat and potatoes of the class is going to be what weapons do you give it. So you want to give it a bow, an arrow with special properties. Do you want to give it different types of swords? You know, maybe you want to give it a pickaxe or a hoe or an axe. So it's up to you to decide kind of what you want. And then the weapon enchants. So there's lots and lots of weapon enchants. You know, fire, knockback, sharpness. You know, more and more to go on. And then you know, we go to the armor. What kind of armor will it have? What kind of armor enchants will it have? This is a good way to balance your character. If you want to have really powerful weapons, maybe give them less armor. You know, so that maybe they have a really strong sword, but all they got is leather armor and no special abilities on it. On the other side, you can give them a weaker weapon and give them things like thorns or protection or feather fall. You know, so think about your arena also. Maybe you need the characters to have feather fall so they can fall great distances from like little islands and stuff. Then pretty much any other items, so food, potions, arrows, what do you need, what do you want them to have to be consumable. So this is good for like the regeneration potions or the health potions, or maybe even just like a really short use strength potion. And then player enchants. So these are usually a little bit longer, so this is something that should be, you know, something that will last the whole round. And this can be something like speed, strength, protection, etc. So let's take a look at what I have set up. And so here are our 3 classes that I have built, including our Spleef class, which just has a special wand it gets. And so let's take a look. So we got the name, we have the color. So the color is actually this little part of the code right here, which says, hey, use color number 1 for this word. Alright, and then we have items. So we've got our iron sword, and we have 1 of them. We have helm, chest, leggings, and boots, 1 of each. And then we've got this, which is the item code for a potion of regen. And we're saying give them 2 of those. And then finally, for this warrior class, because he's got good armor and an okay weapon, I only give him speed 1 and resistance 1. So he's a little bit tanky, but he does not have super powerful weapons or anything like that. And he's pretty slow compared to everybody else. So now the thief gets an iron sword, worse armor, still gets 2 potions of regen, but he gets speed 2. So he's a little bit faster. He can run away from the warrior if he needs to. Alright, and then the bowman gets a powerful bow. So bow, power 2, punch 1, so it does a little bit extra damage. Only a wooden sword, so if he's in melee, he's not doing very well. And still weak armor. And then 2 potions of regen and speed 1. So he's not very fast. He's not going to outrun the thief. That's good. Thief should be able to run up and really get rid of a bowman, but maybe run away from warrior until a bowman weakens the warrior, and the warrior can protect the bowman from the thieves if needed. So think about, how does your arena want to flow? What kind of classes do you want? Who's going to protect who? Who's going to be sneaky? Maybe you want a potion of invisibility for the thief. Those kinds of things are what you need to think about. How do you want to balance your character? How do you want to make your character cool? If you want to do wands of some sort, it's pretty complicated, unfortunately. So talk to me during the class when I have a moment, and say what kind of spells you want. What do you want to do with that character? Why is he different than, say, like a bowman or a warrior? So it's totally possible. It just takes a little bit of work to do. Alright, so that is what you need to do to make a warrior, or make a class. Make a class. So if you want to email me, or you want to just bring in a piece of paper with everything you've written down, I will try and get that added as fast as I can. If you tell me before the next class, I should be able to add it into the game before we start. So hopefully that helps. And let's go look at some awesome spells now. There it is. Alright, so most of these spells require a pretty high level of magic, so you have to get a lot of SP and get your wand leveled up. Or, I think 2 of them are also admin only. So let's take a look at what we got. Alright. So let's start with Tornado. So Tornado, it's a straight line, and it basically pulls up all the blocks and throws them forward. Causes a bit of a mess. It'll also pick up players and throw the player, which is pretty fun. And then, let's see, let's go to... seems to have mixed in my spells around the place, but... Alright, let's go to Singularity. Singularity is pretty powerful. What it does is that it will touch something and start sucking all the blocks and players in, and the blocks will hit the player and hurt the player. So you can see it does that, and it's a pretty large area. It's pretty deadly if you get stuck in the middle of it. Takes me a while to find these. We'll save Nuke for later. Ah, yes, the cluster bomb. This is if you want to make your Spleef arena end very, very quickly. Go with a cluster bomb. Not only will it do one grenade, it sends out multiple grenades after that. Very quick way to finish the Spleef arena game. Let's see here. ICBM is basically a fireball massively leveled up. Big explosion, big area of effect, lots of blocks flying everywhere. Pretty cool stuff. Earthquake is one of my favorites. It's because it looks pretty cool. It actually starts shaking and throwing the blocks everywhere, and if you're standing still, it'll actually bounce you up and down. It's pretty fun, and it does a pretty good job of distracting people. I think that's all of them except for the nuke. And nuke is serious. Nuke goes very big, very high. If you do this underground, it will actually go up pretty high. But as you can see, it covers a big area. And it is about, I'd say about 6 times the size of Singularity. So, big area of effect. Now, it doesn't seem to actually do a lot of damage. It's mostly just throwing blocks around and removing blocks. But I've actually sat in the middle of it, and it doesn't do any damage. It's really designed for just blowing up large areas and making the terrain difficult, but it doesn't actually hurt players. Alright. So I hope that was interesting for y'all. I hope I get some emails and some papers on Thursday. to make some classes for everybody, and I will see you guys later.